Angelle Batten, Holistic Health Coach over at AngelleBatten.com.
And I'm Chef Jackie White of PrepLikeChef.com.
My favorite chef here. And in this video, this Real Food, Real Fast episode, we are talking to you about slow cooker cooking. So I love it. We're going to give you some tips for cooking in the slow cooker all year round. You love your slow cooker or your, what do we call this?
This is a Dutch oven. So a Dutch oven is the traditional slow cooker.
Like the pot, the stovetop pot.
Right. You can do it in the oven or on the stove. So basically it is braising. So this is braising and this is braising. So what does braising mean? It's a moist cooking method, slow and low.
Okay, so this is an electric Dutch oven, is
right.
what you're saying.
Yes.
All right, so I love slow cookers because you get a one-pot meal, and usually you're using more real food ingredients naturally, right? It's just less processed. So I love that. I also love that in the slow cooker you can make things really easily that are gluten-free and dairy-free. Most recipes I think tend to be.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and also you have a one-pot meal that's balanced with powerful protein, friendly fat, and colorful carbs, which you know I'm all about, right? So I love it, and you're preserving nutrients when you're slow cooking.
Correct.
All right, so tell us a little bit about slow cooking, because I know that we've all, well, I have, and I'm guessing a lot of people watching have, had a roast in the slow cooker, and you sit down to eat it, and you're disappointed because it's not very moist, and you're like, how did that happen? I've been cooking it. All right, so explain this. And give us a tip.
Ironically, people add too much liquid, and it begins to boil, so you can overcook when you boil. So we are really just adding enough liquid to create that steam that's dripping on itself, and you can cook it at a very low temperature.
Okay, so how much
for a long period of time.
If I'm using this size crock pot and I put a chicken in here or a roast, how much liquid should I have? Because I put too much liquid in there. That's what I do.
1 cup.
So 1 cup for this whole thing.
Right, because it's going to make its
that's
own
not
liquid.
enough. Okay.
So the liquid starts to come off the vegetables, the liquid comes off your roast, whether it's a chicken pieces, a beef roast, and then that liquid settles on the bottom, the heat causes the steam to rise, the steam drips off the lid and goes down.
Science lesson from Chef Jackie. Okay, I put in too much liquid and then I'm boiling my food is what you're saying.
Boiling.
It's boiling for like 4 hours.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So so you can overcook. People are always like, how do I overcook poached food? It's the same idea. It's like sitting in a tub and you come out and your skin's really dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What are some other tips?
So if you take the lid off, you just lost 20 minutes cooking time.
What?
Boom! There goes 20 minutes.
So that means my husband is in trouble.
Right. So if
taste testing or my kids are getting.
Yeah, the only time you do that is if you need to extend the time. Considerably, right?
20 minutes every time you take the lid off.
Right. So if you start this whole process and take a shower, get ready for work, and you know that you're really going to be gone 10 hours, lift the lid before you go to work, and you just can add 20 minutes.
Because a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm going to be gone longer than what the recipe calls for me to cook.
But it's all right if it cooks longer because it doesn't become overcooked because you're slow and low.
Okay.
Now, sometimes on a Sunday, if we're not going to do our typical brunch while I'm doing my prepping, and we want to move our time up for a dinner, I'll put it on high for 4 hours.
Okay.
So it's low for 2, high for 1.
So the timing for high is like half of what it would be for low.
Right.
Okay, got it.
And same with seasonings. If you're going to convert a regular recipe to a slow cooker recipe, that's half until you taste it, and then you can add more because this becomes concentrated liquid in here.
So that's that's a great tip. So just using less seasoning because you can always add some more.
And of course, don't waste the liquid that ends up on the bottom of the pot. You can stir fry things in it. You can make soup out of it. I like to put butter on the inside of my pot to add flavor, and it's easier to clean, so things just pour out.
So first, so let's recap. So first, you put butter or coconut oil or ghee on the inside of your pot.
And then your colorful carbs.
Then you add your veggies, your colorful carbs, that you have all cut up and ready to go. And then you put your meat.
My meat. So if you want it to be browned like it was done in the oven, you have to brown it on a stovetop, or sometimes there's a removable crock pot. But you can skip that step. That browning is for looks.
Okay,
flavor,
so you can
but
brown
it's
it, but
not
you
a huge difference.
Okay. Perfect. And then you put your seasoning in and you put like 1 cup of liquid, which could be broth, right, for the most flavor. Sometimes salsa or whatever,
salsa,
tomato sauce.
I mean, if I'm using wine or I'm using beer or something like that, something more acidic, I might half it.
Okay,
or
so even less.
Or orange chicken, I would do half a cup of orange juice, a half a cup of chicken stock.
Okay, so but whatever your recipe is, your liquid, whatever you're using about a cup. Awesome. So these are great tips.
This is a great way to make up your own recipes, because at the end of the week when you have all these miscellaneous vegetables and meat and you're like, what do I do with this? And I don't want it to waste. One, you know it's going to cook to a high enough internal temperature, so you're not going to get anybody sick.
Yeah, if they had been sick.
And you can use various vegetables. So if they're hard vegetables like carrots, parsnips, they can go on the bottom right away. If it's something more tender, your broccoli, zucchini, things like that, you put them in your last hour of cooking. Same with you want to do an addition of dairy to make a dairy sauce.
So I want to say that again. So if it's a softer vegetable, you wait until like the last hour of cooking to add those in.
Yes, something that you would steam normally.
Or if you're adding dairy, you wait till like the last hour because you don't want it to.
Or even coconut milk. Dairy, non-dairy, but you know.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so these are really helpful tips. If you want to see some more of our videos and get some more tips and tricks in the kitchen for eating real food, you can find more videos at our YouTube channel, Real Food Real Fast, and you can also find me at AngelleBatten.com and Chef Jackie at PrepLikeAChef.com.
So remember, it's time to get cooking.
Real food, real fast.